As modern, sophisticated Western people, we have something of a duplicitous relationship with judgment. It's almost a cultural trope, a refrain, if you will. Don't judge me. You can't judge me. I just read an article recently that said the most known Bible verse by people who don't identify as Christians is where Jesus says in the Gospel of Matthew, "Judge not, or you will be judged." You can go to a gym that promises judgment-free zones. Schools try to tout themselves as places where there is no judgment. Many of us would even try to sort of build ourselves up by saying, "I'm not a very judgmental person." It seems that we really don't like judgment. But I think every one of us has a deep sense that there needs to be judgment. I mean, none of us is okay when another woman posts on Twitter, #MeToo. None of us is okay when a more privileged or powerful group of people oppress or even take advantage of a lesser privileged or lesser powerful group of people. None of us feels okay when we're lied to by a politician or betrayed by a close friend or cheated out of opportunities or resources. We have this sense that there should be some judgment, there should be some retribution for all of these bad things that happen. So which is it? Do we want judgment-free zones, the ability to say, "Don't judge me"? Or do we want judgment? So we have this tension in our culture where we claim not to like judgment, but at the same time live as though there is. But let me press you on this just a little bit. Because I think the people who say, "Don't judge me," are actually the people who are craving judgment the most. See, if a person really believed that they didn't want anyone to judge them, they would have to answer with the same vigor, "Don't judge me, you can't judge me," to the person who complimented them as to the person who insulted them. Can you imagine it? You go into your boss's office and your boss says to you, "You know what, you've really been exceeding expectations the last couple months." You're like, "Don't judge me." Or maybe you're out on a date with that special someone, and they say, "You know what, your outfit is just awesome tonight. You can't judge me." Like none of us would say that. Because truthfully, what we want is judgment. We just don't want judgment that finds us wanting. We want judgment that approves of us. And so I would press you, if you're someone who thinks that you don't want anyone to judge you, actually, I think you're the person who wants judgment the most. Because almost inevitably, if you're a person who says, "Don't judge me," you are almost frantically searching for a community of people to affirm you in whatever you say or whatever you do or whatever you think. See, our problem is not with judgment. Our problem is that judgment exposes what's wrong with me. See, every one of us needs judgment. Without judgment, we would have a society where everybody did whatever they wanted, to whom or with whom whoever they wanted, and we would fall apart. I mean, it takes only a sane person to think that through and figure that out. And maybe to push it a step further, if there's no judgment, then nothing really matters at all. Like if there's no judgment, if there's no transcendent value of good or evil, then you could do a whole bunch of good or a whole bunch of evil, and none of it would matter in the end, because somewhere down the line, maybe 1 billion years from now, the earth is going to run out of energy and we're all going to die, or some cataclysmic event is going to kill all of humanity, and it will not have mattered whether you were good or you were evil, because it will all be over.